Hey guys, welcome to the podcast number 17. Today we have Andrew, of course, as always. Hey, Andrew.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm glad to be here. And Mike, we got Mike back. You may remember him from a couple podcasts ago. How you doing, Mike?
I'm good. How you guys doing?
Doing great.
Great.
Doing awesome, man.
Well, today on the podcast, we're going to cover a few things. We're going to go over what's been going on lately. We're going to go over a few questions. Our numbers, of course. We're going to get Mike's numbers as well. I'm excited to see how he's doing. We're going to kind of wrap with the interview with Michael, and then we're going to go over some best practices. We kind of started on that last week. We're going to go a little more in depth on some of that and kind of probably spend a little more time on that. And then a little preview of next week. We're hoping to have a lady on our podcast next week. She's kind of a friend of a friend. I've never spoken to her, but I have watched her TikToks, and she is something else on the TikTok. She's got some acting experience. We'll dive into that and see what's up with that.
She's pretty funny.
Yeah, man. So what's been going on, Andrew?
Yeah, too much actually. I've been really busy. You can see my boxes behind me here. Just a few boxes here. I've been getting stuff out, shipped to Amazon as fast as I can. So Amazon FBA has been going really well.
I thought those boxes were like way behind you, and this room was really big.
Yeah,
you just reach over.
It's funny because this is really close, but the closet's about 5 feet back. But it just the perspective looks weird in here. That is funny.
Andrew always takes those pictures, Mike, with the fishing pole. And he's like way in the background. And the fish is way far ahead.
Yeah,
so humongous. Yeah, look what I caught, guys.
Yeah.
It's probably a great pot.
I am a Gator fan, by the way. I am a Gators.
Yeah.
This is my Gator cup holder here. Cup.
Hey,
not cup holder.
Who does the Gators play this week?
UT, Tennessee.
It's my team.
One for the ages, so it's always fun.
Yep.
So Jim Ed's a Tennessee fan. I'm a Gator. I grew up in Gainesville. Went to University of Florida. So I've been bleeding orange and blue since I was a baby. So, as they say, at least that's what I say.
You have a college team? Y'all have colleges up there?
Yeah, we've got. We're in Hoosier State, so up here it's either IU or Purdue. I've kind of got ties to Butler, so Butler Bulldogs. I've had some family that have went there and teach there, so I'm kind of partial to that school. But to be honest, I kind of quit following sports several years ago. I lost interest. I got other interests these days.
Yeah,
I've tried to. I just can't. But anyway, I get it. It takes a lot of time.
It's perfectly fine. I've got too much and something had to go. So that was what I got rid of.
Basketball schools. Those are basketball schools over there in Indiana. Yeah.
Yeah, we're a bigger basketball state than we are football. We got the Colts here, which everybody's, it's Colts Nation up here. But as far as college goes, we're not. Every once in a while we'll have a top team, but it's not every year.
So yeah, I went to a high school football game. It sounds more exciting than until you actually go to it and you realize, oh yeah, I remember these extremely vanilla offenses that are extremely boring. It's either run up the middle or a pass that looks like it was an accident, but the guy just happened to get open. So,
what game did you go to?
I went to North Garland and Garland.
Okay.
Yeah, and Garland actually. My wife went to North Garland High School, and but Garland, they whooped them pretty bad. So,
yeah.
Yeah, but hopefully, how's North Mesquite or no, sorry, it's not North.
It's not North. It's just Forney.
How's Forney? How they doing?
They played Poteet in Mesquite on Friday. We went to that game. There was a little bit of lightning. It was 53-0. Good way into the third quarter, and then they just called it for lightning. Just went on home. Game over.
Won?
I think they went ahead and went with Forney for the win at 53-0.
So Forney won. That's awesome. So they're good.
Forney's been blowing everybody out, but I don't think we've really played anybody yet.
Okay.
So
well, that's cool. Yeah, that storm was kind of moving through too. It kind of cooled things down a little bit. Anyway, good stuff here. So anyway, other than that, the number Amazon influencer, I've been getting some free products. And so I did some reviews, got a planner box, big 6-foot planner, galvanized box. And so spent the morning and some of the afternoon just putting that together, put it together, got some dirt. My father-in-law was just delighted about having it. He has a big garden. So I said, hey, you want it? Just help me to put it together and then whatever. And so he's like so excited to get something like that. I did the review and it was good. And Jim, it sounds like you might have some of that boxed up still. You have a galvanized pot. What's it called?
It's a galvanized planner. I've got
galvanized planner.
My deal with China was my deal with China was they're supposed to send me 2 of them. They sent me 1. So they're supposed to be getting me another one. And I think everybody's forgot about it at this point, including myself.
Yeah, mine came with 2. So we put both together and it was great. So, but that being said, I hadn't done a ton of reviews other than those reviews. And the great thing about Amazon influencers is my numbers are going up this month. So I'll probably have a record month. So for those of you out there saying, oh, you have to keep on putting new videos up. If you don't, it's just going to stall out and just decline. We've even mentioned that as well. I mean, if I never do another video the rest of my life, yes, things will definitely decline. But it's good to see some videos that hadn't done much, like rise to the surface. And actually what's happened is the ones that were doing pretty well a few months ago, they're back now. And so there was probably 3 or 4 big hitters that are, expensive items. They're starting to hit. And so that's helping things quite a bit. So I'll hit over, not huge numbers, but it's like I'm in trajectory to hit about $1,200 or $1,300 this month. So with 140 videos, I guess I have up. So not too bad. I can't wait to hear your numbers though, Mike. So let's go through. You want to go through and wait a second. I'm sorry, I'm jumping ahead. So that's what's been going on with me. I guess that's been exciting. But Jim Ed, did you want to talk about what's been going on with you before you?
Yeah, not too much. Just trying to get some videos shot. I've been behind. I've gotten a lot of products in from China to review and just trying to get caught up. I've been saying no a lot more to products, and especially products that are going to take a little longer to review. So that's kind of good. Been getting caught up there. My numbers have gotten better as well. I'm still happy to say that my 7-day total is ahead of Andrew's monthly total. So as long as that's still happening, it's all good.
For the record, you have a lot more videos than me, and you spend a lot more time on this. But hey, it's good.
It's true. So both true stories.
So is Jim Ed better than me? He's got more revenue. I'll put it that way. But only
I guess if
more time and effort.
I guess if one was to look at some kind of scoreboard, what would they look at? Personality on this?
Well, if it's personality, it's not even close.
Yeah, that's. I think even Mike can agree with that.
Yeah, I mean,
no comment.
You'll get there, Jim Ed. You're kind of, either
working
or you don't, So, but no, we joke around a lot, but it just shows that when you bust it and work hard, you're gonna have. Usually, we'll have good numbers. There are people out there, and I've seen them, and actually, there's even someone with the YouTube channel. She's got 300 or 400 up, probably as many as you, Jim Ed, maybe just a little bit less, and she's only making around a couple $1,000, like $2,000 a month, $2,500 a month. So. There's a lot of factors that go into play. So, but I'm pretty happy with my 140 videos. We ran those numbers. I was making about $7. If you make $1,000 with 140 videos, I might make a little more, but that's about $7 a video. I think that was my math, unless it was bad math. But we figured your videos out that you're making about $10 a video a month, which is spectacular. So anyway, let's get into our numbers. And Mike, I'm actually curious to see how many videos you have up. Hopefully you're bringing in some revenue. Hopefully you're looking at the right place to get your numbers. If you're saying I'm not making any money yet, hopefully you're not saying that, but can't wait to hear how you're doing. So I'll do my numbers real quick. So 30 days, $1,189, $1,189. So that's my trajectory. So it's going to be over $1,000. 7 days, $386. Yesterday made $89. So yeah, there's some of those days. The last couple of days have been 60, 70, 80. So, obviously, we always multiply those things out. If you multiply that out, that's like over almost $3,000. But, I don't always have $90 days. But it's good to see those almost triple digit numbers coming in again. So excited about that. So Jim Ed, what about you?
Yeah, so yesterday I had a $112 day. I had a $480 something day this week. So that was awesome.
Nice.
That's kind of jumped my numbers up. So yesterday, 112. The last 7 is $1,391, so $1,391. And my last 30 days is tracking at $5,266, $5,266.
Okay, so this month so far, I'm gonna look at that, but is it possible this is going to be your second best month? Because May was lights out for you.
I've had
wasn't it?
Yeah, I had a $6,004 month, and then I've had a $5,500 month, I think. So I'd have to have some more big days this month to hit it, but it's possible.
It'll be better than last month, though.
Yeah,
that's great. So it's heading the right direction. So really cool. So Mike, the suspense is killing me. What's going on with you, man?
Hey, no show prep. We find out we've been talking trash. Mike's beating us both after the first month. I'm like,
Yeah.
Well, you remember I said I was going to shoot for 15. What's your guess?
10.
Okay.
17.
I got 600 videos.
17.
No, I'm just kidding.
600.
I got 42 videos up and published.
Oh my gosh, good for you, man.
And I've got 6 more filmed. I got to get those
Wow.
edited.
Dude, congrats. Wait, man, that's awesome.
Yep.
What about numbers, revenues?
All right. So I'm still learning how to use this thing here. I started actually like second day I was published. I got 27 cents. So that was my first commission. So if I go to, let's see here, let's say last 7 days. Last 7 days, I'm 26.86.
Okay.
And my 30-day is just a hair higher. I'm at 32.85.
All right. What'd you do yesterday?
Yesterday was 494.
Okay. Yeah, that's great.
That's good. No, it starts a little slow, but you're going to find if you never did another video, you're going to find those numbers are going to start going up. It takes a while to get placed. Someone actually asked us in our group the other day, too. It's a good question. How long does it take for your videos to show up on listing? Sometimes on Amazon listings after it's been published. Sometimes it's 2 days. Sometimes it's a week. Sometimes you don't see anything, and all of a sudden you start getting sales. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean it's on a listing. It could be. You could check, but it could just be picked up somewhere else on another similar product, or it could even be on Inspire, Amazon Inspire. It could be picked up there as well. It sounds like only vertical ones are getting picked up though. So I don't even do vertical anymore. You guys ever do vertical videos?
Everything's been horizontal so far.
Yeah, I do all horizontal. So I heard people say you should do a vertical version of it. I'm like, maybe, but it would be interesting to kind of do a couple of verticals to see if it gets picked up. But I don't know. Inspire, I just haven't really heard much about Inspire lately. So
Andrew, have you done any this or that's?
Any this or that's? I didn't get invited.
That's crazy. I did.
I have 2 or 3 burner accounts, whatever you want to call it, that I partially signed up for Amazon Influencer, and I got emails to those. For some reason, my legacy account that happens to be in the Amazon Influencer, I've been an Amazon associate for like over 10 years. It just seems like it's just getting forgotten about in their emails. So
hey, Mike, do you remember what your per video bonus is?
Yeah. Oh, per video, yeah.
I don't have any, but my bonus is 0.
No, I mean on that this or that program.
Oh no, I don't, because I actually got that email before I even submitted the first 3 videos, so I just ignored it. But I do remember getting it. I guess I should have looked at it. I could probably dig it out for you and put it in the group later.
No, it's all right. I was just wondering. I don't know how to tell whenever I get paid for that either. I don't know when that's going to happen or how I'm going to.
It's 250 videos, right? Or 500, something like that.
Yeah, so it's 500 at $25, which I think most people got. Mine, for some reason, that's not because I'm special, but for some reason, mine is 250 videos at $50 a video, which of course is much better. I mean, I've even had suppliers sending me competitors' product to do this or that with. They're buying the product, sending it to me. I've done, I think, 5 or 6 videos with it. Okay. Yeah, I mean, only thing you have to do is it has to be in the right category.
Yeah.
The interesting thing, if you're in the wrong category, like when you tag the products and you try to put hashtag this or that, because you have to put hashtag this or that to get paid on it, and then put your description in the title, it will not let you put a hashtag in the title if it's the wrong category.
Oh, that's cool. That's pretty sophisticated. Awesome.
Yeah, it is.
All right. Well, cool. Hopefully you'll get paid on those things. So let's see. Cool. Anything? That's great. And Mike, that's awesome. I mean, I'm just very encouraged. I'm sorry that I thought you did less than you actually said you were going to. So
I'm surprised I was able to bust that out. I've been extremely busy, like I said, trying to get animals ready to go processor here, and I had some free nights, and I was busting out 5 or 6 a night when I could, and then up at 3 a.m. editing before I go to work.
So anyway, let's talk about a little bit more about, we ran out of time for your other questions the other day, so a couple weeks ago. So tell us a little bit more about what you think the contributing factors were for being approved for the program, because I've had several people I've worked with that have not got in yet. So, and you got in first time, right? You did your 3 videos. You did your initial, obviously, account. You got in that first 3 videos. 3 or 4 days later, you're in the program, no problem at all. So that was awesome. So what do you think kind of contributed to that? And then maybe some best practices for our audience.
Originally, when I got approved initially to the program, I took those first couple 2 or 3 weeks and I just studied everything I could find on the internet. And between finding you guys and then there's a couple of podcasts, and then I actually paid for a course that was like $80. It took me all an hour to go through, but it was basically just do's and don'ts is all it was. Yeah. And I wrote some of those down. I tried to follow those to a T. And then since then, I'm glad I got in on those 3 because I've actually had 3 videos rejected now. 2 of them I've got pushed through. The other one I got to figure out what's wrong with it still and get it, because all 3 of them have been rejected for personal information.
Yeah, that's a very common thing.
So
barcode. One thing I've noticed real quick is like, for me, it's usually a barcode. I know Jim has mentioned this other podcast. If it's a license plate in the background, something like that, that could trigger it as well. But with my case, it was just literally I was doing a printer toner, and the first video, beginning of the video was a box with the barcode on it. So I removed that barcode, and that usually solves the problem. So you might want to just look for that in your video.
Mike, I've even seen instructions inside of a box, and there's really nothing on it. I've looked through the whole video, and I'm like, man, this is a 2-minute video. There's nothing personal in here. And then I was like, I'm going to take that little part where the box opens and the instructions are there. I took that out, went right through. And it had been rejected like 3 different times of me trying to get it to push through. And I just took that little 2 seconds out and went right through.
So there's some text on there maybe that triggered it on the piece of paper?
I think it's just an algorithm. They go, that might be a problem, and then we'll just reject it.
Yeah. Well, I've read somewhere too that if you go through your video and you don't see anything wrong, you can resubmit it and push it through sometimes. And once you've approved for your 3 videos, it doesn't matter, obviously, like you've said in the past. Right. So it doesn't hurt to try that video. If you swear and you think it's good, try it a second time. If it doesn't go through, then start looking through and seeing what it is. I'll tell you what, the first one I got hit on. So I reviewed, if you've heard, there's a yard hydrant that I put in earlier in the spring, and it's made by Woodford, but it was originally manufactured in Iowa. So it says Iowa on the head of the yard hydrant. So I explained that in the video that this was created in 1929 in Iowa. That got me rejected. As soon as I took that out, I took out Iowa. That was the personal information that was triggering the algorithm, and it went through because I hit it twice. It wouldn't go through the 3rd time it took it.
Interesting. So maybe they thought they were giving someone's address or something. 1929 Iowa, like something about, oh, it sounds like an address, or something. Parcel address.
Don't mention states unless it pertains to the product. Try that, I guess. And if it's your first 3 videos, I guess I'd probably stay away from it altogether.
Yeah, that's interesting.
But a couple other things I've come across on videos too. So let's see here. I wrote down notes. I've seen several times mentioned. I haven't done this personally yet. Do not say in your description or in your video, this is an honest review. They don't want to. I guess Amazon's not wanting to see. They want it to be every review should be honest. So
I say that on every one of my reviews.
Do you really?
See, okay. That was actually recommended. That was recommended by the course I took.
Okay. Well, then that's okay. I said it might be contradictory, but that's what I've been seeing a lot here recently. This is an honest review.
Interesting.
And then anything health related, obviously stay away from that, especially at first.
Yeah.
And then I saw somebody was reviewing laundry detergent the other day, and they mentioned hyperallergenic and eco-friendly, and that got them booted.
Okay.
So now, as far as my first 3 videos and what I did, I stuck with tools. That's what I know. So I did tools, and I did like a little mini keyboard for a computer. And that way there's nothing personal. It's something I knew how to talk about.
Yeah.
And the lighting and audio, I felt that was what I really harped on my 3.
Remind us again how long those videos were on average.
I kept the first 3 under 2.5 minutes. I think one was just over a minute. The other 2 were right at the 2-minute mark.
Yeah.
So I tried to keep those as short as I could without going, because that's the other thing too. Maybe you can go a little more in detail on that, but I've been told or read that you want it to at least be 30 seconds, because if it's under 30 seconds, they have to watch the whole video for you to get credit. Otherwise, they have to watch 30 seconds of the video to get credit.
Yeah, I heard you. I saw you mention that on the Facebook group. I did hear that it used to be it had to be at least 30 seconds, period, and that's changed. What you're saying is it's okay if it's less than 30 seconds, but they have to watch the whole thing if it's less than 30 seconds.
That's just like I said, it seems like there's a lot of information that contradicts.
Yeah. Is that what you're saying though? If it's like 15, 20 seconds, they have to watch the entire thing.
Right. For you to get credit. That's what I've seen.
Yep. It kind of makes sense to me, but I'm not sure. Jim, have you heard that anywhere? I had not heard that.
Yeah. But it's been so long since we've gotten in,
Yeah.
I know we try to keep up with that, but things change.
Yeah. So that's just in
But
general. It's not getting in. It's just in general to get credit for the video.
we watched Mike's videos before he submitted them, and I will say what he did that was really good, and I totally do recommend it. Now, Mike's got a little bit of experience not only behind the camera, but in edits and things like that. Mike's 3 videos, if he had 2.5 minutes on there, that was probably a lot longer video that he'd really cut down and really just got to the point. He needed a full 2 minutes and 30 seconds. There wasn't any fluff in there.
I do jump cuts. Yep. Yeah. So when I'm filming, that's a good point. When I'm filming these, I start off with a raw file of probably between 5 and 10 minutes. And a 1 minute video is probably a 5 minute, 5 minute total is what it started as. And I clip the heck out of that thing until I can get it. It's just boom, boom, boom. Because maybe you're different, but I've watched a few of these videos and they drag and it's 6 minutes. And all they told you was a description and a couple features. And I'm like, man, I'm trying to jam as much as I can in. And if I'm the one watching the video, I want to get it done, move on to the next thing. I got things to do.
Yeah.
I don't have time to sit there and watch somebody that's got a slow Southern drawl. No offense, but I gotta get my information and go.
Yeah, yours is solid. I love that too. It moves along quickly when you're changing scenes. That's something that we were talked about. This is years ago when I was doing some Facebook drop shipping. One of the things was when you're doing your videos for these products, make it real quick. Every 5-10 seconds, change to another scene. Another scene. And it's like what you're doing, it's like you keep it engaged. There's not a lot of dead time. So I love what you're doing. I thought it was very professional. That was the first thing I mentioned. I was like, notice when I was watching your video, I was like, dang, this is like really professional. So yeah, no, it's great. And it's going to really help you because like you said, now you've pleased Amazon. Well, now you're gonna definitely be pleasing the customers when they're watching your videos because they're gonna want to watch your stuff. And then guess what? Then these people who are providing products that to Jim, Ed, and myself as well, they're gonna discover your videos and be like, dude, this guy's on point. You're gonna be getting some free products as well. I guarantee you will be. So that's good. It means more commissions for you.
Yeah. And to harp on your point a little bit, you said that as far as jumping from scene to scene. So most of my video has been done sitting right where I'm at right now at this workbench, and sitting here for so long. These videos are a minute or two, and it's just me talking the whole time. So that is my voiceover. Most of the video is going to be me. You're going to see me on screen. Main reason is I don't want anybody stealing the video if I can avoid it. But as soon as I'm done shooting that description, I go straight to B-roll and I shoot a couple clips. I'm trying to get, I'm moving around my product on the workbench. I'm trying to get close-ups of things I was talking about. And then when I go back in to edit it, I run those over the top of what I was talking about. And I try to line that up with exactly where I'm at in the description while I'm talking about that item.
Nice.
So that's where I feel like that's working for me. We'll see where it goes from here.
Now you're doing that. You did that on the first 3. Are you doing that with the 40?
Probably 35 of them. Yeah, there's a few that I'm not in. I didn't show my face just because of the nature of what it was. I didn't feel it was appropriate. And then I had one I did the other day where I had to walk out to my trailer to shoot a product. So that was I started with me on the camera for about 20 seconds and I panned back over to the trailer for the rest of the video. So but everything's been on tripod except for like 2.
So that's great. Let's talk a little bit about your social media platform. So you got in. So tell us what platform again. This is probably mentioned in the last podcast.
It was. Yeah,
just for those who are just kind of like, haven't watched other ones, and just to remind the audience as well, like what you got, and then your approximate numbers, and then what your posts look like. Did you show your face? What kind of posts were in there? And then, so I was asked that first, and I'm going to follow up something else too after that.
So as far as showing face goes, that's something else I've seen a lot of people talk about, faceless or not. I think to start with, everything I do, my face is in, or I started, at least I'm at least in it for a minute, then my kids are in it. But I've shown my face on pretty much all my accounts. And then if you're going to start your Amazon, I would recommend it, I think you've recommended as well. Start with your first 3 videos, have your face in the video, at least for the first 3. And then after that, you can kind of go and try different things. But so I'm across all platforms. Everything's farm related for us. The TikTok is what got me in. It's my second smallest account. My Facebook's right at almost 22,000 followers. That wouldn't get me in. Even when I was sitting at 20,000, I still couldn't get in with it. When I got in with TikTok, it was 650. So 650 versus 20,000, that's huge
650
difference.
followers.
650 followers on TikTok's what got me in.
And lots of likes.
Yeah, so total likes across that account is probably just over 10,000. when I got in. Most of them were across like maybe 8 videos that I've got 8 or 9 videos on there that are 10,000 or more views on
You
there.
get a lot
One
of
of them's
comments on those
200,000.
posts as well?
Say that again.
Do you get a lot of comments? Do you have a lot of comments on those posts?
The ones that get the most engagement, yeah, I'll see 10 to 30 comments somewhere in that range on those big ones. I think the biggest one I had on there on TikTok was 203,000, I think. I think I had around 5,500 likes on that one. And we're probably 40 or 50 comments, if I remember right.
Yeah, that's amazing, man. TikTok just and my friend James, I've been trying to get him in. He tried with Facebook, and he showed his face some, but it was mostly just inspirational quotes from athletes. I thought it was really good, right? Got good engagement, but it could be his videos that didn't get him in. Also, they're a little bit on the long side, but we'll see. But if he doesn't get in after a couple attempts with new videos or new versions of videos, we're gonna go the TikTok route for sure. So.
What's your take on advertised post versus organic? Because everything I've done has been organic. Do you really feel there's a big advantage to getting in quicker if you pay for advertisement
for TikTok or just in general?
Or just across the whatever platform you're trying to use?
Well, speaking the way it's worked several months ago that was a training. It's like get a Facebook, drive some advertising towards it. You'll get a lot more reach. So, and with Facebook too, it's like you're attracting people who are already interested in that kind of content, right? So Facebook is good like that. So if Amazon's looking at that, they have no idea that you're doing it, running advertising, so, and I mean, it looks like these are legit people who are really, so it's the best way to get up, certainly your likes up for sure. So in your case, you did it organically with TikTok. I guess TikTok sounds like it is easier to really get an organic following very quickly. Instagram is really slow. Facebook, yeah. I think it's extremely slow as well. YouTube seems to be second as far as you put some good videos up, some good shorts, you can really get a lot of engagement, a lot of likes. But TikTok, it just seems like, and what I've seen as well, just when we throw up some videos, like clips for our podcast, it's getting the most views of any platform. So yeah. So has that been your experience as well? And have you run any ads for your TikTok?
I haven't, no.
Yeah. So wow. So all that was just basically you did, how many posts you say you have on there entire and overall?
I didn't count.
Lots.
30 or 40.
And you've had it for how long have you had your account again?
TikTok? I just started posting to TikTok. I've had the account for a while. I was always just watching. I never actually posted, but I think I started posting right at 10 months ago on TikTok.
Yeah.
And then the Facebook, Instagram, I've had those for about 3 years now, those accounts.
Yeah. So I don't know about you, Jim, but that sounds like that's kind of the direction to go right now. It's like, it just sounds like TikTok, your buddy Cody got on with not a huge number of likes or not a huge number of followers and some ads actually on that. So, and just hearing what you're saying too, how quickly you grew. And I know even a couple of years ago when it first started, it was even easier to get a bunch of likes, but or fans, whatever you want to call it, followers. Yeah. But now it sounds like you've stayed with it. You've really been able to get some good engagement on that, which is great.
So when it comes to engagement, and this is not coming from an expert, so this is just my theory once again. But what I'm seeing on my post, things that tug at heartstrings and things that you can debate or argue about, those seem to be the things that if someone could call you out for something negative on a post, you're going to get a lot of engagement. So not saying to go do something wrong on purpose, but I've had some videos where safety things might have been in question in some people's eyes, not in mine. And that's created quite a bit of engagement across comments. And then obviously with me, I've got my kids involved. So anytime my kids are in the video, it instantly does, 2, 3, 4x of what the other videos do. I'm not saying don't pimp your kids out, guys, but but you see what I'm saying though. Family oriented activities for me, in my case, that's what's working really well for me.
That makes a lot of sense. Yeah.
I've actually seen the same on YouTube. I wasn't getting much engagement, wasn't getting a lot of subscribers. And then I flipped over a 850-pound welding table with a bumper jack. And even they're on Reddit going, hey, look at this idiot over here.
Yeah.
And, driving, whatever, man. And a lot of comments. I still get comments on that darn. It's still I think I've got near 400,000 views on that video now. It's just, just keeps going. Just keeps getting.
For me, hooking up trailers, safety and oh my God, those babies are going to get hurt. I'm like, it's Teach them how to do dangerous things safely, and then when they're older in life, they'll know how to do it. They'll be ahead of the ball game. And I don't understand people; they got to chime in. I'm like, I almost thank them for their comments. It's like you're helping me out, so I appreciate that.
Yeah.
And I can brush it off pretty easy. I got broad shoulders.
That
got
my YouTube video, Jim Ed, that YouTube video on my channel. Remember that video?
Oh yeah, that with the chair.
Was it?
With the chair. Yeah, I remember.
Yeah.
Real inside baseball there. But no, I did a product review the other day, last week, and it was redoing some headlight stuff. And on these Amazon videos, we don't put the price or anything, obviously. But it was such a detailed video. I went ahead and uploaded it on my YouTube channel too. So somebody got on there and commented, and they said, "Oh, I can go pick that up at Walmart for $25." And I said, "Hey, run over to Walmart and pick it up for $25 if you want to pay $8 more for it."
Oh, gee, that's all I was gonna say. Is it $100 or something?
Yeah, it was $18 on Amazon, and it goes, "I can pick it up at Walmart for $25." I was like, I'm smart. Right back to them on the comments. I do not care.
I'll engage to a point, and when I see that's going nowhere, I quit at that point. But you'll at least get one or two comments out of me.
Yeah, me too.
I get a kick out of it.
Yeah,
that's something you really. I mean, getting into this. I mean, that's the one thing I like it. I don't like it about Amazon. There's no really feedback, so you can't really tell what people think about you. All you can really see is what the average view duration is. So I've got a few that are 3 minutes. I'm only getting like 30-second view.
Oh no, I get feedback on mine.
You get likes. There's a little thumb there. There's no thumbs down. There's just thumbs up. Jim Ed's got like a couple with 2 or something. I've got several.
I'm looking right here on my deal that I got like 5,266 likes for the last 30 days.
How do you see that?
Whatever, dude.
It's $5,266 on the last. That's my feedback.
Jim Ed, we get you, buddy. Money talks, man. That's the best.
Man, that's the scoreboard.
Scoreboard, yeah. So, well, good stuff. So, Mike, anything else that you wanted to chat? Anything on your mind as far as your experience so far with Amazon influencer?
I mean, I'm still trying to take it all in right now. I mean, there's a lot of information out there, a lot of opinions. So, kind of just like I said, if you're just getting in and you're trying to get those 3 videos done, I'm seeing a lot of people post on a few other groups. They're pushing their videos up. Some of them are just flat. I mean, they're terrible. They're slow. The lighting's terrible. The audio, the sun's right behind them. Their face is dark. So keep lighting and audio in mind. I think that's your biggest 2 things. If you're an Apple user, get iMovie or whatever free software. Just find a free software to use for now, and just cut out all the space, all the gaps. Yeah. I feel like
I use some software called Descript to do a lot of that. It's amazing software. So what I like about it's transcript driven, to where you basically on one side you see the transcript, the other side you see the video. And so to get rid of, for instance, all you do is do a search. You can remove all in the entire video.
Gotcha.
And then also if you want to just, if you say I haven't repeat myself, you just take that whole clip out, and you just remove the text. And you can also do the dragging, the normal, video editor stuff. You can also do that as well. But I really have enjoyed that quite a bit because it's so easy to find your place in the video where you're saying certain things.
And if you want to support the channel, jump on our show notes. Not you specifically, Mike, more towards the audience. Jump on our show notes. Andrew's going to put in a link there. We'll make a little something on it. So we really appreciate that because we do all this for free.
Yeah, exactly. So Mike, the lighting's so important, the sound's so important. You said you've seen a lot of people who are submitting their videos for reviews. You're saying that they're just not very good. So it's like pretty glaring mistakes that maybe they've gotten in the program, maybe they haven't, but if they have gotten in, like, Jim Ed and I got in a long time ago with okay videos, but there's people who have gotten in who kind of got in probably months ago, and they're just putting up a lot of pretty crappy videos. So that's going to have to come to hopefully it'll come to a stop at some point when the quality is low. What's hopefully will happen is the good videos, they'll crowd out the bad ones. Those are the ones that are going to perform the best anyway, most likely.
Right.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying right now I'm busting it trying to get as many as I can just so I can get on the board. So I'm not trying my best not to sacrifice quality, but I know I could probably polish these a lot better if I wanted to. But every single video I'm doing so far, I'm editing and cutting every single one down. Because I don't know if you guys do this. Maybe you've been doing it for long enough now. I can sit here and tell you about an item right now. I can do it without any issue. As soon as I get in front of that camera, I'll say, "Hi, I'm Mike," and I put my pants on, and I'm like, what's going on right now? So
Yeah.
I have to edit out a ton. I'm like, why did I just say that? And I trip over my words, and that's the beauty about editing. You can knock that all out. You can usually kind of splice your words and sentences together and make it sound pretty decent in the end.
Yeah.
So that's the part I'm learning.
I agree. Like Jim had, I usually edit this stuff out, but I have the hardest time getting started, even with this podcast. I'm like, what? I'm like, trip over my words. Like,
Yeah.
I'll record the beginning of a video 10 times sometimes because I keep on like, what? I just like saying something weird and just confusing or forget the name of what the product is. And then once I get going, usually once I get going, I'm good to go. So I just stop. I just record again. Start a new recording. But then, sometimes in the middle of it, might have a little bit of a blip, and I just edit it out. But the beginning part, I think it's kind of like once you get going, you're good to go. But it happens to the best of us, I guess. It happens to all of us. So I mean, maybe Jim Ed's like,
rookies.
Rookies. But it happens to me all the time.
Well,
but
I'm falling into a flow finally. I mean, I'd say probably around 15, 20 videos in, I started kind of finding my vibe. I still fumble over words. I still a lot of pauses. I'm trying to think of what to say next, but around 15, 20 videos, I noticed a big decrease in how long it was taking me to do these videos. So I'm hoping the next 20 from now at this point, it's going to get even quicker. And I think that's why I got to 40 so quick. Those first 20 were really hard. And these last 20, I just banged them out in the last 2 to 3 days here.
Yeah.
Hey,
man, I've got some thoughts on this, man. So, man, number one, great job. 40 something videos. Now, I would have never guessed that. I know how busy you are. I don't know. I try to imagine how busy you are. I don't know how busy you are, but I know you're real busy.
Yeah.
And man, great job, man. I am so proud of that. That is strong. Number one. Number two, man, great job trying to keep the video quality up real high. That is awesome. And look, I've done it long enough that I do know how to have a high-ish quality video. I'm not the best. I'm not using Adobe Premiere or anything like that. I'm not adjusting lighting and things in the post, but I know how to do a few things. And I'll tell you, I am not doing it on Amazon Influencer. So like that pocket hole jig you've got behind you, I get my wife to help me, number one. And if you can get somebody to help you, and your kids are getting close to being old enough, to hold the gimbal and be like, I tell my wife, I start all my videos the same. I say, hey, this is Jim Ed with the Improvement Channel. That's what my channel's called on the Amazon Influencer. Today we are going to, and I get right into it. Today we are going to look at this pocket hole jig. I've got this piece of plywood. I've got it set on 3/4 inch plywood. Here's how it works. I've got the one that's got the motor built into it here. Knock out a couple pocket holes. Here's how the screws go in. And this is why it works and how it works. And 45 seconds later, we're done. Okay, so get a picture of it after that. And the beauty of that is if I mess it up and I stumble over at the first, typically it's going to be at the first. I think that's with everybody. Delete it, start it over, do it again. I'm 3 minutes in on this video because I had to do 2 takes. But this video is 100% done. It's not going to have to be edited. I'm going to upload it straight from my phone, and I'm going to tag the picture in it, or I'm going to put the picture on the thumbnail right from the camera roll. Nothing's getting to the cloud or to the hard drive. And that can really speed things up. I've done from July the 6th through today, I've done over 250 videos. And today is September 13th as we record this. That's a lot of videos. I'm not as busy as you are, but I'm about over it to a degree too. I've been doing so many.
Sure.
So I'm not motivated for every spare second to be doing a video. So I would just encourage you to speed things up. Yeah. I can see cabinet pulls behind you. I've got cabinet pulls on mine.
They're done. Already did them.
Good. Yeah, you'll see little things all over the place, man. Light switches, just the most simplest things. People are buying them.
Yeah.
Hey, so Jim, how many of those 250 you think you've done straight from your phone without any editing at all?
Probably 40% would be my guess.
Okay. Do you do the editing on your phone sometimes? Also,
I rarely.
Because it's slower. Do you actually download it into desktop software? That's what I do a
No,
lot.
the way I do it on Apple. So mine, I pay for extra storage on the cloud, and so mine will just sync like so the next morning or whenever, or I can sit there and plug it in and say, hey, sync up. Not plug it in, but have it to a power source, and it'll sync over the Wi-Fi.
On your iPad?
No, on my iPhone.
Where are you doing the editing?
On the computer, I download it from iCloud.
Your desktop. Yeah, I see. Yeah, I'm just saying. I'm saying desktop, not a mobile device.
Not typical. Like I found myself that like the doctor's office having to wait, so I'll jump on my phone. I'll find a video that just needs it got shot over here, then shot over there, and it just needs to be put together. And I'll do that from the phone sometimes. I got iMovie on my phone.
Yeah. So, Mike, what about you? What are you doing? Are you doing anything right your phone, right to Amazon?
Well, I was actually, so Jim Ed was just talking about that. I've got a hack for you on that.
Okay.
I was doing the same thing. Now, you guys have faster internet. We talked about that last podcast I was on. But for me, my upload's a lot slower. So what I figured out, instead of waiting for it to sync, because for me to have 10 minutes worth of video sync, it takes about 18 hours for me.
Whoa.
Yeah. So I can't even edit them the next morning. But if you take all those videos, so I have an external hard drive, an SSD solid state drive.
Yeah.
That I'll plug that into my MacBook. I airdrop everything from my MacBook to that SSD, to downloads, and then I swipe it over to the external drive. I can have probably an hour's worth of video done in 5 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
And then from there, I'm on that hard drive and I'm on iMovie.
So you're airdropping it from your phone to your Mac to that hard drive.
Yes, sir. And then I can just delete them right off my phone once they're on the hard drive. Delete them right off the phone. Because I pay for the iCloud storage too. I've got the 2 gig deal or 2 terabyte deal. I think that's what it is. But I pay for the biggest one. And I still use that, but that's more my long-term stuff, like family type stuff is what I'm using it for. So everything I'm recording on my phone, I just put it straight on that hard drive and it's off my phone 24 hours later.
Do you any from your phone directly to Amazon or not?
Not yet. I haven't. No, everything I'm doing is from desktop.
I try to do about 40% of mine. So, and Andrew, to answer your question, like I said, I think it's about 40%. I'd say, 4 out of 10 videos are uploaded straight up. And the reason it's not, again, is because I'm having to take, 2 different shots. Yeah. But a lot of it's because it's product that I'm receiving, and there's like all of these rules that they want this, they want this, they want this, and it's I can't shoot it all in one. If it's products that I am recording, that's just on me, I'm going to grab something from the shop. I'd say it's 8 or 9 out of 10. It's just get those handles, all those products that I was mentioning behind you. That's a straight from my iPhone video for me. Now, my video might not be as good as yours, but my video may be on the listing, and my video may get clicked, and they may buy it off of mine.
Well,
just because your video is better, unfortunately, doesn't mean you're going to get the commission on it.
Yeah. Correct, and you may have gotten 5 or 10 videos done in the time it took me to do one.
Yeah. So it's always awesome to have guests, but you've been an amazing guest. So we really appreciate it. And anything else you want to talk about? Anything else in your mind?
I mean, if not this podcast, maybe one you guys can cover later on is kind of diving into these metrics now, because that's something that's across the board too. I'm looking at it now. You're looking at your views on the one page on your Creator Hub, which I've seen a lot of people say don't put any stock into that. So as far as like, what's a good view duration? If you've got a 2-minute video and they're only watching 30 seconds of it, is that a bad video? Or is that just that they're getting all the information they need out of the first 30 seconds and you're good?
Yes.
And then
talk about you can look at that and go, well, how many of those am I selling? I've got people watching. How many am I selling?
Okay.
Yeah, that's that exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. So there's
that. But these sales, it doesn't really matter, right? It's just like it must be bad, or it's just the way the product is. But it is interesting. If you could, it'd be nice if you actually had all those numbers lined up, but that's just not the way it is. But
well, I'm thinking of it in terms of a YouTube algorithm too. I guess when you want people to stay on your video as long as possible, it pushes the algorithm, pushes it to more people. Are you falling off the carousel because you only had 25% retention rate on that video? Or is it kicking you off because of that? Or so that's what I'm trying to figure out.
I don't think it is. I'm not sure. We can't be sure, but I guess it's probably an outlier that I'm, basing my info on. But I just keep seeing this one guy on the listing. Andrew knows what I'm talking about. And his videos are the worst. I mean, it's just like it's worse than you can imagine.
Still on there?
Oh, he's on them. He's on a bunch of them, and it's just like if it had anything to do with a bad video, or I mean, but he may be closing, he may be closing deals. People were going to buy it anyway. They watched his terrible video and they go, yeah, I'm buying it.
Yeah, Amazon's probably using conversion rate. That to me is like, that's the difference with YouTube. YouTube has no idea. They know watch rate. They don't know if you're going to buying something, right? Because they don't have an e-com. They're not an e-commerce company. Amazon is. Amazon's like, they know exactly the percent that watch a video. They know all those ratios, but at the end of the day, they're probably like, hey, this video is good because guess what? The conversion rate's high. We know our conversion rates, right? We know our conversion rate, but we don't know everybody else's conversion rate. So we just, is ours better than others to stay in the first or second position? Maybe. I don't know. But we don't know. But that's probably what we should talk about more, is like, what's a good conversion rate?
That was my next question was what, because I'm sitting at 16.5% right now on conversion.
That's really good. Yeah. Okay. I think 10% seems like it's a good number. If you're 10 or above, you're feeling pretty good. I mean, like Jim, man, the more videos you have, I don't know if your conversion rate's gone down. And also sometimes it could be like, it just could take off. You have a lot of people who I had like a headset in Oculus. Yeah. And it just got a lot of people who were just watching that, almost tire kickers. I got a lot of sales, but there's a lot more views for that than any of my other videos. It just wasn't a good conversion rate for that particular product. So that sometimes it depends on the product, but overall, if you're hovering like 6 or 7% conversion rate, there's probably something that's not working right with your videos.
So where's it come? So if you're looking at Creator Hub, it shows you how many views you've got. So let's, for sake of example, I've got 680 views on the one, but then I go over to the other page and it shows 322 clicks. So where do those two numbers correlate to each other?
Those views are also delayed also. So it's just a kind of a mess, right? Because those numbers don't line up perfectly. That's what's challenging, right? Because it says they're usually delayed by 48 hours, right? So and your clicks, you're talking about your clicks are when you actually have on your reporting page where your sales are, right? So you're talking about,
right?
Yeah. It's frustrating too, because those numbers, they're not, I don't know how to line them up very well. You can probably line them up like monthly, I guess, but it's really hard to line them up like daily.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, unless you can figure out how to do it, because you notice that like there is a delay. I'm just looking at my stuff right now. There is a delay for sure. It says that on there.
So like, it looks like on my views page, it was updated September 11th.
Yeah, it says updated as of September 11th. Allow 48 hours for changes to be effective in this page. Metrics shown are calculated and updated once a day. Your views, the views are 2 days late right now. 2 days delayed on at least mine.
And your views for the last 30 days. So your views are going to be lower because you've been doing it for 30 days.
That's right.
How many videos?
Days. Yeah.
How many videos does it say you have? Can you see that? How many videos do you have posted?
You talking to me?
Yeah.
I don't know where you actually see how many videos you have posted on here. I've not found that.
If you go, actually, you know what?
It's on if you go to manage videos, I think it's shows
right when you log into your page. Right when you log in, you see all your little thumbnails for all your videos. It says search all 147 posts in my case.
Yeah.
There's a little search button. That's where you see it. Now, if you put static, I put a couple images. It's going to count that as well. But Jim, I don't know if you have any images on yours, but
I do not. I'm all videos, baby.
Yeah. So when you see search all X, that's your videos, whatever that is.
But if you go on your phone and as soon as you go to your storefront, same thing. It's the first thing you see. It'll show in the search bar how many videos. That is the most important number in the matrix, in my opinion. How many videos you got? More videos, more money.
Yeah. That's it. Have you guys messed around with curations at all? It's kind of interesting. They used to have where you put still images, but now curations, like for instance, Jenna, if you have tools that you're doing, you can just put all your tools together, all your tool videos together into curation. So I've messed around with that a little bit. It actually looks really cool. It's new.
What's the difference between a curation and an idea list?
It seems like the idea list is only static images, not videos from what I've seen. Yeah. So it just basically tells you, I have a couple of those too. Yeah. It just has a thumbnail and it goes to all these products. It's almost like your own little section of Amazon, like my favorite dog products. It has a bunch of your links on Amazon, whether you've reviewed those products or not. The curation is only those videos that you've actually have done. It's your videos. And I like it because it's like, it's your videos. It's, in a sense, you have, especially you, Jim, Ed, you've got 500 videos. It's allowing you to categorize some of those videos for people. So when people are checking out your page, they're gonna say, hey, let me check out some other videos. You're making it really easy for them to find your videos. So it took me just a few minutes just to kind of go through and categorize some things. So I'm kind of liking it. So we'll see if
I'll check that out.
Yeah, I'll mess with it too.
Yeah. Cool.
Well, we're not going to do all that other stuff we talked about. So sorry, everybody.
Yeah, and what we're going to do is there's a couple other interesting things, just some good best practices directly from Amazon that we talked about last week, and we'll wrap it up. I mean, I think we hit most of the highlights on that. So if we have some time next week, we have another guest next week. Hey guys, give us some feedback on this. If you enjoy having guests, I feel like based on our numbers as in the number of people watching our podcast, it seems to do a lot better when we actually have guests. So I'm taking that as the whether you give us feedback directly or not, I'm taking that you like to have guests. And so we'll continue to do that over time. And so, and Mike, if you could do us a favor on the Facebook group, I'd love to hear the fact that you've got these 45 videos up. That's really inspirational for other people. So there's some people who are kind of like either aspiring to get on there, and even some people who actually are already online, already members. And so it'd be really inspiring just if you say, hey, this is what I've done so far. It's not shooting your own.
Hey, and one quick thing, do not post your actual back end stuff from Amazon. Don't do any screenshots. You can put your numbers on there, but don't do any screenshots of it, okay?
Okay. Yeah, I can do that.
Yeah, and it's good. So it's a growing group, but there's a lot of people with lots of questions. So I think guys, again, keep on interacting in the Facebook group. Really appreciate those who have interacted. We jump on all those questions you've got. If you want to check us out at Side Hustle Heroes HQ, just go to Facebook, type in Side Hustle Heroes HQ. If you need to filter by groups, just click the groups little thing there, and you'll see that our group is right there. So join it. We interact in there with you guys. Ask any questions you want to. Whenever you have a question, if you're like, oh, it's moderated. No, I jump on those things really quickly. If you ask a question, I will look at the question and I will approve it within just probably 30 minutes to an hour at the most. So don't let that prevent you from asking a question, because these questions are moderated. So I look at things very quickly. So it does. So anyway, yeah. Jim is like, no, not really. I'm always on Facebook, so I'm just like, bing, bing. Yeah, I'm always on there. So I get a lot of notifications. It's all good. So cool, Mike. Any other things you want to talk about? You good to go?
No, I mean, I don't want to take up too much of your time. If you guys decide to have me back some other time, I'd love to do it. But
yeah,
you definitely will.
Yeah, awesome. Congratulations on your journey so far, and we can't wait for that money to start coming in, man. So keep it up.
Yeah, I appreciate that. Thanks, guys.
Yeah, good job. See y'all later.
All right, have a good night, guys.
You too.
All right, bye-bye.